The value of forgiveness. If forgiveness is a full stop, revenge is punctuated by commas. Forgiveness means ending an unwanted situation, while taking revenge means endlessly extending it. Almost every day of our lives, we meet with some kind of bad experience, great or small, which is inescapable. One has two options, either to ignore it or to take a countermeasure. The first option is a form of forgiveness, while the other amounts to taking revenge. Which is the better option? We must decide by looking at the outcome. Forgiveness is certainly the better option because it saves yourself from even worse experiences. Forgiveness saves you from unworthy distractions, saves your precious time, and saves you from creating even more problems. On the other hand, taking revenge is bound to complicate the problem, for that means that things will go from bad to worse. In such a situation, people are generally too prone to place the onus for the predicament entirely upon others. It's an unwise reaction. The better plan is to examine one's own role in the situation. In other words, if you're having a bad or a sad experience, don't focus on other people. Think about your own self and evaluate your own actions, your own thoughts, and adopt a course of action which is better for you. In such a situation, people are generally prone to place the blame on other people. When they do that, they actually ignore their own role in the affair. At times in our lives, we're faced with two kinds of choices: anti-other thinking and pro-self thinking. Anti-other thinking makes you descend to the level of revenge, whereas pro-self thinking elevates to you higher plane of human behavior, which is forgiveness. If forgiveness is a full stop, revenge is punctuated by commas. Forgiveness means ending an unwanted situation. Revenge actually endlessly extends it. Forgiveness maintains your positive thinking, while revenge fosters negativity. Any negative thinking can lead to all kinds of evil actions. Some would argue forgiveness does not always work, and that is, it's better to adopt the tit-for-tat policy. But tit-for-tat is not a real solution. It does not end a problem. It only leads to a chain of action and reaction. Forgiveness puts an end to the problem once and for all, whereas tit-for-tat policy only aggravates and prolongs it. There are those who will argue that the policy of forgiveness will only encourage others to indulge in wrongdoing against us. But this is a flimsy supposition and runs counter to the law of nature. Psychological studies show that every human being is born with an ego and a conscience. If you follow the tit-for-tat policy, it arouses the ego of the other party, whereas if you follow the policy of forgiveness, it will activate the other person's conscience. And in fact, in controversial matters, the conscience always plays a positive role. Forgiveness and revenge are two different moral cultures. The culture of forgiveness helps in building a better society, a society where positive values flourish, where there is spirit of cooperation, where disparate groups join together and turn themselves into a peaceful society. The outcome of vengefulness is quite the reverse. The revenge culture creates an environment of mistrust in which everybody assumes everybody to be their rivals. So that society does not grow in a healthy way. Sooner or later, everyone is bound to do something wrong. But then the well-known saying, to err is human, should be borne in mind. This being so, taking revenge means making not just one mistake, but making mistake after mistake. On the contrary, forgiveness means undoing wrong things with the right things. It's better to concede that to err is human, to forgive is even more human. Indeed, it is this concept which is expressed in the well-known saying, to err is human, but to forgive is divine.